Hey, what's up, YouTube world? It is your girl here, the Venusian Bull, and I am back for another Planets in the Houses series. And in this series, we are going to be discussing planets in the ninth house. Okay, so you know how we do, it. I am going to provide a little intro video for the ninth house and then attach it to all of the videos for the planets so that, we can get everything that needs to be said in these videos, okay? All right, so just a little background on the ninth house. Remember, the ninth house is akin to Sagittarius. So the energy of the ninth house is very joyful. It's very optimistic. It's all about adventure and learning and philosophy and religion and spirituality and traveling all over the place, darling. It's all about discovering different cultures, different people, different ethnicities, different ways of life. And it's just about being open minded. Like the ninth house is literally like, you're an open book type of energy. It's very larger than life energy. It's very extra, extra, read all about it type of energy. So, ninth house people are on 10 like 90% of the time. Like they can't help it. It's like adrenaline. It's like constant adrenaline. This is a house that's full of energy, and full of excitement and luck and expansion and abundance. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna keep this pretty cute, clean, and concise. All right. And also, as a disclaimer, I feel like I mentioned this in my videos, but y'all still seem to not be listening. Okay. When I discuss the planets and the houses, I'm discussing their general energies, like their purest energies. Obviously, this is going to be modified based on the sign that's on the house cusp. If you have other planets also in this house, or if these planets in the ninth house are aspecting other planets in your natal chart, it may modify this energy. So you may look at this video and be like, that sun in the ninth house, that sounds like nothing like me. And you got a nerve to have sun square Pluto. That's why it don't sound nothing like you. Okay, I just had to get a little mean for a second. This is a happy energy, positive energy, but I just had to say that because some of y'all be coming up in here and be like, I'm not this, I'm not that. Y'all, look at your whole chart, listen to all of the videos, because at some point you're gonna have planets transiting the ninth house. So you actually want to pay attention to all of the videos, not just the one that's specific to you and your natal chart. And hey, if you want to get information, on other people, family members, significant others, friends, coworkers, and they happen to have a planet in the ninth house, you may want to listen to that as well. All right. So keep it, well-rounded and, helps me boost up those views. All right. All right. So stay tuned for a very wild, adventurous ride for the planets in the ninth house. All right. Let's go. Freedom! All right, what's up, everybody? So in this video, we are going to be discussing Mercury in the ninth house. So get kind of excited for this, okay? So as a reminder, having Mercury in the ninth house is similar to having Mercury in Sag or having Gemini or Virgo on the ninth house cusp, okay? Get a little mix of some different things, you know what I'm saying? All right, so as everybody already knows, Mercury is all about communication, communication, communication. It's about communication of all kinds, writing, multimedia communications, the internet, social media, and just talking to one another. You know what I'm saying? And it does have to deal with short distance travel. The interesting thing is that the ninth house has to deal with long distance travel. So we'll revisit that in just a bit. But when someone has Mercury in the ninth house, you see how I'm talking right now? Woo! Larger than life. I know I've said this in a couple of the Sag videos already, ninth house videos, but they're loud talkers, okay? They talk loud as hell, okay? Sometimes you need to ask them to quiet down just like a little bit. But most of the time they're on 10 like this because it's like, I'm big and I'm larger than life and my ideas are fabulous and they're better than everyone's and I'm the best and I've learned all of the things that I can teach you, So also Mercury has to deal with gathering information. So Mercury in the ninth house is just this is just a really special place for Mercury. Mercury is excited about being in the ninth house because it can gather so much information, especially as it pertains to, spirituality, religion, and other cultures, other ethnicities. This is a potential bilingual placement. You know what I'm saying? Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo, but specific to Gemini, you got to think of the twins. You got to think of like the split personalities and even like multilingual. So Mercury in the ninth house is a very, very strong component to that because the ninth house represents different countries, different languages, things like that. So you have the ability to kind of communicate on a grand scale, with everyone because you may know a few languages fluently, like legitimately. Like you legit may have went to college and studied world languages. Speaking of education, okay, I mentioned the ninth house about education in all the videos, but since you got Mercury there, and Mercury's all about gaining information, Mercury in the ninth is probably one of the most heightened placements in terms of wanting to pursue higher education. What is high? What is What is higher learning? Y'all know that movie, Higher Learning? Yeah, I gotta throw my movie anecdotes in here. You know what I'm saying? References, songs, whatever the case may be. So yeah, always about higher learning, always about gathering information. Definitely someone who is very inquisitive and questions a lot of things. And they do believe that they know it all. So we just go and put that out there like that. Okay, but this is a great like personality for like TV hosting and just like, I don't know, reality TV, just being a personality for the public eye. This is not somebody who can just stay inside and just be in their own little corner in their own little chair, unless maybe they're doing YouTube videos and then they can express themselves. But Mercury in the ninth is more like they're doing YouTube videos on location. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing it in their house, so they're like out in the mountains and hiking and by the beach, and you may always see them doing like YouTube videos outdoors if that's their thing. Or just taking a lot of pictures of scenery and things like that. Another thing is that you may have to travel to like see siblings or like cousins and like extended family because Mercury represents your siblings and family. Like for whatever reason, you may not have grown up with your siblings or something like that. Remember I mentioned earlier about the adoption and the foster care and things like that. That's very prominent with Sagittarius and or ninth house energy. So with Mercury being there, you may have been separated from your siblings. Maybe as you get older, you reunite with them and things like that. So that's pretty cool. Maybe you travel with your siblings. Also, Mercury in the ninth. Be careful when that Mercury retrograde be happening in your ninth house. Actually, everybody needs to be careful when Mercury retrograde is happening in their ninth house, especially if you're planning on traveling. Now, if you have Mercury there natally, which is what I'm talking about now, it's even more heightened if Mercury is also transiting your ninth house. Then you have to really be careful as well, because if it's Mercury retrograde, it may not be the best time to travel or to do like any international travel and things of that nature. So you have to keep that in mind. So the interesting thing about the short distance travel with that Mercury represents versus the long distance travel that the ninth house represents is that I would say that you were always probably growing up traveling a lot as a kid from either from home to home, or if you were involved in religion or any like spiritual activities, you may have been traveling for that. You may have been in the traveling choir or something like that. Something about your upbringing breeds travel. It's not about having a lot of money. That's not what this is about. It's just about like you were on the go. Some people are on the go because they're homeless. So let's get it straight. Even though The ninth house, can be very lucky and fortunate and things like that. Sometimes, if you have energy in the ninth house, you can still end up homeless, but you're just very optimistic about your circumstances and things like that. And because Mercury in the ninth, they're great talkers, even though they talk over people, but that's okay. They're able to communicate effectively because they're so kind of like big and bombastic, and that can be very persuasive. Sometimes they can spew a lot of hot air though, so just be careful. Everything that they're saying, do not like do not think that it's the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like, they could just be talking out their ass, like for real, but they say it in a way that is very convincing. So you have to be wary of when you're having a conversation with a Mercury and Sag. They have a tendency to exaggerate things and the places they've been and the people that they meet and stuff like that, because remember, Mercury in the ninth is all about communication, so I'm kind of emphasizing the communicative aspect of this house and how it would operate with Mercury there and things like that. So yeah, definitely be mindful of that. I did talk about education. I touched on religion a little bit. Obviously, spirituality and religion is definitely something that is going to be of interest to somebody with Mercury in the ninth house. They want to learn, they want to get more knowledge and things like that. Because they're very good talkers and they are very good speakers, these people can definitely be preachers, pastors, reverends, choir directors, anything where you can speak and preach to people. These are the ultimate preachers. Like Mercury in the ninth, the ultimate preachers, they could be the ultimate holy rollers, like they could be the ultimate holier than thou people. So definitely keep an eye out for that. If they're on the more spiritual tip, as opposed to religious, then like maybe more of like an oracle, or they could outside of religion and things like that, just kind of be like a motivational speaker and things of that nature and stuff like that. But they're definitely going to really enjoy having like seminars and workshops and talking to people about how they're living their amazing lives and how if you do these steps, then you can get to where I am as well. You know what I'm saying? It's very much about the inspirational, the aspirational, and if I can do it, you can do it too type of energy that we're giving with Mercury in the ninth house. Okay. So I would say, aside from them being, oh, wait. Loud is kind of the least of your problems. Like Mercury in the ninth is cool or whatever, but they can get kind of crass. And remember, this is a very blunt energy. This is a very direct energy, Mercury in the ninth house. So they're going to say it like it is, and they're going to, mean what they say. And they can maybe do it in 3 different languages. So, understand that. And, they just like may cuss you out and then just be like, da, 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 we're done. Like, it just made me not be no thing for them. And they just have a smile on their face. And you're like, did they just cuss me out? Did they just play me? Like, what in the world just happened? But yeah, so Mercury in the ninth can be a real trip. I feel like Mercury in the ninth is best if they are entertaining people. If they're entertaining people about what they've learned, what they're able to do, like their travel, their experiences, talking about those things, writing about those things, memoirs, journals. You can write a novel, you can write like an autobiography, or you can write it nonfiction about adventure and exploration and things like that. So it could be very much geared towards that as well with this placement of Mercury in the ninth. And I just want to make sure that I'm not forgetting anything in particular. Yeah, so I think that that's it. If I forget anything, you know how I do. I'll be saying it in other videos. So make sure you watch all the videos. I'll be in like Saturn in the ninth house and I'll be like, wait, Um, but Mercury in the ninth house was like this. Okay, now back to Saturn. Y'all know how I do. So, yeah, and make sure you look at the little screen for the things that I add in the video, that the words that I add in the video, because yeah, I'll be doing that too. So, so until next time, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, if you have this placement, if this resonated with you, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you feeling me and all of that stuff. And, au revoir, adios, bye-bye. See you in the next one.